Armlet Radiance or Eggs instead of SNY, and there's a Solar Guardian on top. Can you really commit with your heroes?
Yeah,
with
well,
all
the one
heals?
thing you kind of do have on Titan is a decent amount of burst damage, right? You run in with the puck. I mean, it feels like this Echo's puck is a signature of his. I feel like whenever I think about this hero, it's always the puck, or at least in recent times, during his showing at TI, the Pango.
I'm a little bit of a non-believer in Puck as a hero right now. I feel they're just better heroes because he's really squishy, and he has this like weird mid game where he. So you have Witchblade, you're strong. You have Dagger, you're like okay, and then in between that like one or two items, if you're not having a great game, it feels like a lot of weakness. Like you lose quite a significant power spike for a while, and I feel like that timing is usually when the good teams really know how to abuse you.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. It feels like, you jump in, you Dream Coil, you throw a couple of orbs out, but you can't really put as much pressure in a fight by yourself. Like, you can't really get things done as hard unless you're having a stellar early game.
Like if JT gets a pipe, for example, I feel like this puck is kind of negated. That being said, there is not too much catch for him.
You mean if the Dawnbreaker gets a pipe, right?
Yes, sorry, Dawnbreaker. My bad.
Oh, good. We talked a little bit too much about JT earlier on. I can understand if he's
Can't get him out of my head.
Mind. Yeah.
See the daytime vision coming out. Looks like they want to do some damage here.
That's Black Grenade.
Stage shot.
Did they kind of stack their disables a bit too much? I think so. He's actually fine. So ZZQ forced to walk back to lane, but that means SS and K class will be a bit late to the creep wave compared to the Muerta.
He has battery assault level 1 too, so I'm not sure if he actually wanted that for the lane, but I feel like Cogs is just always good to have.
Yeah, fair. Oh, the Ofrenda placed right in the middle of the lane. No secret as to where she'll be coming back to.
Just for the little bit of a attack speed buff. I'm a big fan of this innate.
You think so?
Yeah, I just like the attack speed. I think the concept's like super cool. You can make like some buyback plays, Not that you want to buy back, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Like when you're in one of those late game sort of Roche standoff situations, you don't need to worry if it's on the awkward place on the map. You can always rejoin the fight.
It's also really, I wouldn't say it's easy to use, right? Because it's such a small radius.
Yeah. You can kind of relocate it multiple times. Like every 2 creep waves, you can just kind of plant it again, and it's not too big of a deal. Nice little buff for the Muerta to sort of, not a lot of attack speed though, but it's still quite significant in terms of contesting last hits. First blood in the bot lane looks like just the classic level 2 situation with Dark Willow and Magnus. Skewered through a couple of brambles, I would assume.
Yeah, there's the problem with Lifestealer, I guess. He doesn't really have that I'm strong level 2, but it's more of a level 4 hero. He also just wants to exist, hit creeps, level 4, level 5, you win your lane, but slowly.
Yeah. It takes a specific type of setup for the Lifestealer to get aggressive in lane as well. For now, the first few levels, all you can do is chill. We saw Ukiyo try and throw out those wounds onto the Magnus, but immediately both heroes just turn around and punch him, and he's like, okay, well, I can't trade now.
It gets better.
And what about this mid lane here, the Puck? I mean, they saw this Storm Spirit first pick. I mean, apart from the Puck lane matchup, do you think they have the tools to deal with Butterfly Effect Zero?
Yeah, so I think the Storm Puck matchup is weird because Storm has a good lane against Puck. Like, you don't get pressured, but Coil is just the Storm counter, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so it's like more of a mid-game counter, They have this Willow Terrorize on top of it as well. K class goes down top lane.
Yeah, ZZQ getting the rundown. Nicely done.
Lotus as well. Okay, back to topic. I feel like the more common Storm counters now are like the Monkey King, the Huskar, heroes that kind of dumpster him in lane. We see occasionally heroes like TA as well, or Tiny even.
Yeah. But it feels like when you pick heroes like Huskar, your game or your draft becomes a little unbalanced, right? Compared to the Puck, which feels like gives you a whole bunch of different tools. It's generally a safer pick. I feel like I don't know many mid players who don't have Puck in their repertoire. It just feels like mandatory. Nice stun on the YSR. Gets the hammer off as well. ZZQ was a bit out of position trying to get a pull off, but seems like SS has gone a bit too deep. Tanks so much of that battery assault, but still, they're going for the second round. Erica tried to come back for damage of the Dawnbreaker, but it was a bait the whole time. A full stick was enough for SS to turn things around and get that kill on the Muerta. Very nicely done again from the Spiky Gaming offlane.
Doing pretty okay up here, Muerta. A lot of denies, but the kills are significant. Dawn Lion, no lane to scoff at. Oh, Offrenda.
No, back into the mix. Back to farming immediately.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No need a TP scroll. Efficiency.
Dire's turret
Oh, free
has
career.
been killed.
A bit of a misstep there on the puck's end. Kind of annoying for Butterfly Effect being denied the water rune and just kind of getting outmaneuvered by the puck a little bit. A bit difficult hero to really contest those water runes alone on.
He's complete free farm though. 0 denies on puck.
Yeah, fair.
He's alright. Doesn't mind too much. Not too much pressure coming out from the puck anyway.
Do you
Yeah,
usually
fair.
go this early level in the Gunslinger on the core Muerta? Because I know that it amplifies your farm and everything, but can't help but feel like, you know, part of the reason why we're talking about the Clockwork Muerta combo being so strong is because of the calling. Hold that thought, Kyo. Rest upon in the bot lane. But, I mean, every single time that happens, he just pops the rage, right? And literally nothing happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this no calling. I don't know if it's normal, but Gunslinger does help you trade a lot in lane. I think it's a preference thing. I do like the calling, just like the value point in it, right? Usually it's
Yeah.
D1 level. A little bit more greed, I want to say, from Erica. It also helps you poke supports in lane, or like poke the core while you farm, you know? So it's not the worst, it's just a little more passive. One is like a kill you spell, and one is like a, if we both exist, I will exist better.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel that way after that kill as a nice rotation into the mid lane. Butterfly Effect hit that level 6 first and is looking to put the hurt on the puck, but a nice rotation back from ZZQ, trapping these heroes in an uncomfortable position, but he doesn't have the HP to tank through these storm auto attacks. The Clockwork will sacrifice his life to save the puck, and looks like there's an AD rune for Butterfly Effect to play with as well. They might just make a quick trip up to the top lane. There's a Watcher and a ward to inform Erica that this is coming. But I don't know whether the Muerta can get out of here, especially when you're already being pressured by the Dawnbreaker. A zip through from long range cuts down that Muerta. And yeah, she's not really existing anymore.
Yeah, nicely done by them. Catapult will go down to the tower, unfortunately, otherwise a lot of pressure. Butterfly Effect, nice rotation. Puts the ward there. I'm not sure if it's gonna just get dewarded, the sentry already for the camp.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Hold on.
unfortunate.
Butterfly
but,
Effect runs into the Clockwork? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, a bit of space now for the Pugna as well to get some levels in the mid lane. I think we noticed this from Tidebound in particular yesterday. They do an Extreme Gaming. They do a really good job allocating some space for the spots to hit their level 6s. Life Drain, of course, one of the big tools that the support partner has.
Game's pretty chill. One really
Good support. Rotation from 7E as well.
Okay, so Titan realizing that they have to protect this Muerta because he does not want to go to the jungle. JT will be left on an island, as most offlaners prefer. You get to cut the wave, Esther can't really kick you out.
So interesting thing, before we get any further into this lineup here, one thing that I just realized is that, okay, I have to hold that thought. K-Class caught out by the Clockwork. Nice little wrap around there, but in comes the Storm, ready to punish. They're looking towards the door. Willow, that doesn't really seem like a target you can get, especially if she's under the Shadow Realm. A bit of an awkward attempt there, but they still walk away. But yeah, back to the one point I just want to quickly make here. 7E, playing the Dark Willow now, is actually their previous mid laner, so he's swapped off role.
Yeah, that's why his name was Ponlo Max.
Ah, right.
Emulating.
Yeah. He's trying to emulate his idol there.
Ponlo fan. I'm a Ponlo fan.
Yeah, Ponlo fans in this chat, rise up.
So nice move from Titan to the top lane. It's also around the rune timing, so they will secure a regen rune for Echoes.
Uh-oh, quick hacks, no save. Puck in big trouble, still able to John away though.
Regen
And
rune.
damage on the butterfly effect, he might just come back in. The regen rune going to work, the Solar Guardian far too late. Butterfly effect going down there. All they lose is the Dark Willow, and looks like ZZQ will be able to speed his way out of trouble. Nice execution there. Feels like these mid-fights just have been so marginal in terms of who wins and who loses. But Echo's coming out on top that time round.
A little bit of a late Solar Guardian. I think he just got his level 6 barely. I don't know who's in the range of Muerta. And spells used. Not favoring Spiky Gaming.
I mean, I guess the upside is that your Lifestealer is farming, but net worth-wise, as we can see on the left, it is advantageous towards Titan. All three cores out-farming their counterparts by quite a significant margin. The biggest winner of all is JT on that Magnus in the bot lane. He's just had some tender, loving care in the triangle. Very, very close to that Blink Dagger now.
Yeah, it's also one of the reasons why you don't see heroes like Lifestealer being picked up a lot. Because if you see what his Magnus does, he goes behind, he kills the creep wave, he pulls it to the small camp, right? So you farm one wave and one camp. I think that's like the Dota rule now. You need to farm one wave and one camp. And Lifestealer, he can kind of do that, but it involves him winning his lane, pushing it out, and farming the big camp at the side.
Yeah, and the thing is, he don't do it quick either, right? It's not like he has some inbuilt wave clear potential. So you see a bit of a skirmish in the top lane, no casualties though, as the Clockwork Cogs able to separate the action and bail out some of the heroes under threat. Invis rune now for the Storm. Still not at the Witchblade yet. I mean, it's not like it's a late timing or anything, but it's just, you know, for the laning start that he had, 2-1 and 1, he's not quite ready to get going just yet.
I'm not a fan of this Witchblade. I feel like against Muerta, like, you want Orchid, don't you? Dark Willow? Who are you gonna kill? Even against Magnus, you probably want the Orchid.
Yeah, like who are you auto-attacking? And I mean, the armor in most games is kind of nice, but I feel like, especially against the Muerta, you're dealing with a lot of magic damage. Not really physical, so I kind of get what you're saying.
You're gonna end up relying on this Lion, which is not having a great game, you know. I think this is a very big mistake from Butterfly Effect. I think his draft needs him to be able to kind of go in, right? Like, you look at them, they want the Storm to go in, Orchid, and then Solar Guardian comes out on top.
Maybe he's just a bit worried because, like you mentioned, they built the entire draft of Spiky Gaming around this Storm Spirit, and if he's not sort of going into that carry mode with a scaling item build, maybe that's what he thinks the Witchblade will give him. If he goes for the Orchid and doesn't find these kills, maybe his perspective is that he'll fall a bit too far behind. For now, it's just a 1k gold lead, nothing crazy yet. JT, with the freshly minted Blink, will look to find the Dawnbreaker and set Erica up for success here. Spiky Gaming, they should be aware something's afoot. Haven't seen enemy heroes in a hot minute.
Your Muerta hitting the tower at 11 minutes with no catapults.
Something's
sus.
up.
Yeah,
Something's
in the bot
up.
lane too.
They will just settle for the partner here. Able to decrep himself and start the life drain out. Solar Guardian in as well. Magic damage should be enough to finish off the partner. I say that it takes quite a while. The Dawnbreaker now in trouble. The chase continues as Titan looking for more. The offlaner in big trouble as another blink from JT sets up the kill, and they're able to steal away this nice stack in the triangle.
Nice movement from them. Bit of an invasion. Echoes connecting over too. Went to the Dawnbreaker lane. Like, a lot of teams do not do that. You know, no backup if you can do that. And again, just kind of snowballing into a little tower pressure here.
The problem is just the Storm doesn't seem ready. Some of the fights that he's shown up to, he's had to sort of dip without getting a kill. And it's starting to flow away.
Wanna fight?
Gonna try and fight. They already lose the tower. Nice hook shot intercept on the Dawnbreaker. Silent start RP. The Storm is dead. No save available. Life Drain couldn't come out because of the calling, and the Dawnbreaker couldn't out as well. They managed to at least get a trade out onto ZZQ. Infest up, saving the Dawnbreaker for now, but Erica in the middle taking a bit too much damage. Looks like the Muerta isn't ready quite yet. Ukiyo chooses to back up and not commit for that kill on the Muerta though, as they can't deal with her. She backs up, gets a third kill down, and Echoes just dancing all over them. This might just be a team wipe. No more rage for 1 second, and you can't even pop it. Double kill for Echoes, triple kill for Muerta. This is all going Titan, Titan, Titan.
Yeah, that was pretty painful. Butterfly effect just seeing the RP there. No Orchid, unfortunately, to add on the tankiest hero. Maybe it wasn't aware that Magnus had RP. And again, a team fight without Solar Guardian is it's just kind of difficult, right? If you look
Yeah,
at
not
what's
just
going
without
on.
Solar Guardian, a team fight without the Lion 6, he just gets that Finger of Death. And imagine how differently it would look if they were able to respond to some of the aggressive moves. I mean, you get a free hook shot in, you just stand there, RP the Storm, the calling, just completely separating that fight, making it impossible for Spiky Gaming to play.
Small mistakes here and there, I want to say, and it's adding up right now. 6k lead for Titan. Power down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Their
It was
moves feel
1k
so
until
natural
those series
too.
of moves, man. Like, it was literally pretty even. They invaded the triangle, got like 7 kills in the past like 3 minutes. And suddenly they're here.
And then Spiky on the back foot. There'll be a little bit of a farm fest too, since there's no real way of catching heroes out. I feel like Titan can just abuse this right now.
I mean, they did get a freebie on ZZQ. Not really sure where that happened, but that's something.
I love freebies. What's the best freebie you have received in your
Radiant's
life?
bottom tower is under attack.
That's the best freebie I've ever received in my life. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I feel like... Does being born count?
No.
Dire are scanning.
Being
Is
born
that
is
too
not
much
free.
of a poetic answer? Sorry about that.
Being born ain't free.
Fair? Quick jump away from Echoes. That's what happens when your initiation is a ball lightning. Gives him at least 3 seconds to react to that. Now, you wouldn't have had that problem if you had something like an Orchid now, wouldn't you?
Feeling it. I am feeling it. I'm feeling the no Orchid Storm. Oh
They
no.
walk into an RP. How did they think they were gonna kill JT like that? Have to try and escape, but Butterfly Effect's already dead. You skewer Ukio to his doom as well, and things are going from bad to worse. I don't know how much worse it could get than another team wipe at the 15-minute mark. We thought this game was gonna be a bit more even. I mean, it is starting, it already has slipped out of the hands of Spiky Gaming.
The fights feel so impossible without the Orchid, no? It's like Storm zips in and then he's like, oh, I can't kill anyone. I can't even lock down anyone without dying. There's like a bramble, a coil, everything. It's like he goes in and there's no fighting power.
Doesn't it kind of feel to you like Spiky Gaming started a bit too late? Like, by the time they actually started going for these more coordinated moves, the Puck, the Magnus, they all already had items and they lost a bit too much. I kind of feel, I'm not really sure what they were expecting. Did they think that Titan were just gonna chill?
They do seem pretty chill. No pressure on the map. No one can kill anything. 11k net worth lead. And we see how tanky this Magnus is. Just universal hero things. Doesn't even have like a lot of stats. Just two stat items, power treads, and they can't even take him down.
Very rough situation for Spiky Gaming to be with, and it's not even like they have some crazy team fight outs to potentially turn it around. It's just they need to try and play for these pickoffs, it seems. So I don't know. 3 for 3. Put me on. Like, what can they do in this situation?
Radiance Lifestealer, maybe 2 items, try to split the map, try to cam wards, hopefully Titan walks into your vision, because it's hard to go on them, I feel. It is very hard to go on them. No real initiation right now from Dawn Aghanim's timing, you know, Storm BKB. Eventually, I mean, it's not like the heroes are bad. They can definitely still play this game, it's just that they are really far behind.
Let's say that again. Ukio. Caught out. Can't even get the rage off. Perfect chain stunning and skewered through the trees for the bonus damage. JT dominating on his Magnus. When you get the first pick of Magnus like that, and then your sort of last pick response on Spiky Gaming is this Lifestealer, it's not gonna, like you mentioned, pressure him in lane at all. He just AFK farms.
AFK, he shall continue to do so, but this time he has to watch his teammates. The what? Okay, I have a question. If you're in a pub right now, right?
Yeah.
You play Dota. If you're in a pub and the game feels like this, it's ass. It's like, guys, how do we win? We can't do anything. What are you doing now?
Radiant are scanning.
It depends on which player I am, but I think if wherever I am,
What would you be in this game?
Tower is under attack.
I kind of feel like I'd probably be the Pugna. And what I do in this situation is exactly what he's doing, where he's on the most dangerous side on the map, just trying to get some tower pressure out, trying to shove waves that feel a bit uncomfortable for the rest of the team too. Because you're just kind of, basically, you just assume that all your outer towers are forfeit, right? You're not going to want to fight for any of these. At least that's me. I see how far ahead they are. I'm like, yeah, you know, if we fight outside, it's such an easy setup for the hook shot, such an easy setup for the RP. I don't really want to deal with that.
So you're telling me you're not a go next kind of guy?
I would still try and play it a little bit. I think I don't really see the merit of just like giving up and like I will still try and farm items and like, you know, take part a little bit. You know? Because you're already queued up for the game of Dota. It's kind of a bit boring if you just keel over and die. Solar Guardian trying to save this Lifestealer from certain death there. They come in. No infest though. Nice dodges on the cogs and not enough follow-up. Here's JT though, forcing the rage out. Good try. What a Dark Willow ultimate. Now it's just K-Class coming in to submit his life. That's the mandatory donation.
All donations are mandatory. Okay, class will go down. Titans just farming the map, abusing the map control they have. I feel like a lot of teams don't do this enough.
Oh, nice RP. JT catches them right under their tower and sentences them to death. That was painful stuff. It's just so easy, right? Like, if you show up and defend the tower like that, what do you think is gonna happen?
I press button, you die.
Yeah.
Dream Dota game. There's no like counterplay to his Magnus too, right? Since they're so far behind. Like, I think Solar Guardian means Dawn will die together with the team.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, you can't even come down from the Solar Guardian fast enough. Your teammates are already dead. It's not even like you can come in with a BKB and try and change their fate or anything.
That is what it feels like.
Speaking of a BKB, I think JT has one flying out to him right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of discipline, I think. I feel like he doesn't even need it. I feel like a lot of other players would just go for the Kayayasha here instead. Keep playing, keep scaling. Puck is close to a Parasma, and they're just so farmed. Right, Spiky. Time.
Jump in, onto the park, blow him up though. That is a big killing streak. And no RP. This is a pretty decent timing. ZZQ in some trouble as well. Try for the skewer. JT's not gonna land it. The ZZQ will most definitely go down. Good set of kills for Butterfly Effect to grab. And JT being alone down here without the rest of his team can't actually do anything about it.
Yeah, nicely done. They get the huge hex onto Puck. Free kill. I mean, they've been playing for. Fortunately, it took 21 minutes and they're pretty far behind, but they will start to climb back into the game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if they can keep doing this, like the benefit is that there's a false sense of security on the side of Titan now because they have some wards that are pretty into enemy territory. But if the smokes start early in the base and they make their way out, they can catch some of these heroes farming aggressively. There is enough damage on the side of Spiky to actually get these kills, you know.
There is. The game's definitely not over. They are in a pretty okay spot. I say that, but they're 12k behind. Just need a few more kills. Lifestealers hitting creeps. I think you're kind of okay because you have the ability to still go out on the map and farm. So I think they're not in a dire position yet. The game will get harder slowly.
Yeah.
It's like Roshan is next on the menu.
So, interesting little build there. The Lifestealer seems to be queuing up the Heaven's Halberd next, so not going for the Axe yet. Looks like there is a potential jump mid. Scans coming through.
I like the Halberd. I think it's smart. Like, you need stats resist against RP and just these bunch of stuns. And it still helps you against Mortar, right? Like, it's still a disarm.
Big fight might be happening. High ground vision. They gotta spot the Storm first and get the jump. RP is there. The Solar Guardian trying to save them. It should be enough for now to keep Butterfly Effect alive. And JT forced the skewer up. That's why he needed the BKB. Butterfly Effect on the chase though will take down the Magnus. This is actually a really good fight for Spiky Gaming. They get the kill on the Dark Willow. Oh, Spiky. They're not out of this one just yet. Butterfly Effect with the save. Pugna there to drain him back up to safety. And that was actually a really amazing fight. They get the timing right with the Dawnbreaker Agonyms, the heal and the evasion. It's too much for Titan.
Yeah, coming back together. The draft, the pieces
Okay,
puzzle
we have a
is where it
game,
begins.
fellas. We have a game. I mean, that looked like the end. The second JT landed that RP, I thought it was dusted, but
I actually
that
thought they
Aghanim's
would die.
timing,
Yeah, they actually felt they would die through the
the
Dawn
Dawnbreaker
right?
out, right? But I didn't notice the Aghanim's complete. I think that evasion for sure played such a big part.
Marta, no BKB as well. JT almost made it out. Arcane Rune on Barfly effect. I want to say Storm did a lot that fight. For the
Oh, Storm, they built the draft around him for a reason. This man definitely knows what he's doing. Finding another kill. JT dead again. The TP responses couldn't come through in time. Starting to bleed out a little bit here. Hook shot, found the puck now, but that is just a position 5, not the biggest of deals. Scrambling a little bit now on Titan to try and claw something back, as the gold lead still maintains at 8k, but feels like the resources are starting to go to the right heroes.
Just need to be careful now. One fight for Titan will lead to Roshan, and the momentum will go back to Spiky, so Spiky has to be a bit aware. I think Aegis is like the biggest objective right now for both teams. Spiky
Okay,
can't really
the question
do it.
is, can Spiky actually contest Roche? Like because if, you know, Titan, I'm just imagining, right? Titan go into the Roche pit, they set up vision around. Feels like they have so many insane tools to work with around the pit. Is it even possible for them
With
to
Solar
penetrate that
Guardian,
area?
yes. I think with Solar Guardian, yes.
Okay.
I think the problem with contesting Roche is just the support's position, right? Like, it's super easy for Lion and Pugna to die, and I think they are both very, very key targets in the fight.
Yeah, that's fair. The saves from the Pugna and the disables from the Lion, equally important components for Spiky Gaming's success in that previous fight. I don't... I honestly am still lost for words. I have no idea how it ended up working out so well for Spiky Gaming.
It's just the heals. Barfly effect almost went down too. Pugna saved him. Solar
Yeah.
Guardian has started. Radiance evasion too,
scanning.
something we didn't talk about. No BKB on the Murta.
And the Murta's gonna get BKB, but still, if you get the Halberd off before she pops it, it's not gonna matter. Looks like the Dawnbreaker's going for a Halberd of her own, so just max evasion, max status resistance on both these heroes.
I like their approach. Just don't die to Murta. Try to drag out the fight. Spiky getting signs of life, but again, still 10k down. Titan gonna slow it down a little
Radiant are
with
scanning.
what just happened in that team fight. Maybe need more net worth. I need BKB.
70. Out a bit far, nice blink away. That's that pawn low in him.
He's not Ponlo, he's Ponlo Pro Max. He's better than Ponlo.
I don't
He's
know about that.
the
I can't-
Pro Max version of Ponlo.
I mean, you could say that, but people can also lie.
Self-deemed. Yeah,
Yeah,
self-deemed.
I don't know if I can really give him that title yet. I mean, I've seen Ponlo play. And this Dark Willow is not doing too bad this game. Heading into the Roche, Adam, clearly, they didn't hear you. You said that Spiky Gaming could
I
not
think this
do
is
Roche.
scary.
Well, maybe
Let me
they
get out.
did hear you. Maybe that was just a
Oh,
little bit
Lion
fake.
finds the Dark Willow 70.
They find the Dark Willow. That is not a Ponlo Pro Max if I've ever seen one. BKB used on the Storm. This is important timing though. Buyback on the Dark Willow looks like they want to take the
Oh,
fight.
this is scary.
Hook shot in, silence up, on to this poor Lifestealer to heal. It's not going to be enough. They've shot him down in Butterfly Effect, in big trouble now. The buyback comes in clutch and the RP. Nice little Solar Guardian, baby. You've fallen right for our trap. And there will be another team wipe for Titan.
Say I wasn't a play. Willow buys back. Baited spells gives information to team and solo kills Storm Spirit.
That's Ponlo Pro Max right there. That's Ponlo Pro Max. For those of you who don't know what we're joking about, 7E's, of course, his in-game name now says 7E, but his Steam profile name right now is actually Ponlo Pro Max. So that's what the meme is about. Little Aegis for Muerta now, meaning that she doesn't even have to play so scared. Not that she was in that fight, just rooting and shooting away.
I like that.
Game
Fights,
continues to be
they
hard
need
for
to be
Spiky
careful.
Gaming.
I feel like they need to kill a core.
Radiant's top
Whereas
tower
JT,
is under
Echoes,
attack.
or Magnus, the Lion Hex is so important. Once he uses Hex on Willow, this puck is free.
Yeah,
I think that's so important for them to realize that.
And it doesn't really matter if the puck is free, right? But you need to at least get either the Muerta or JT. You can't just let the puck be free and then you're not really dealing with anyone else because there's just so much damage and control. The supports, kills on the supports just not enough. Especially when you're using that Pressure Storm BKB. You need a bit more from that duration.
The game again, swinging towards Titan. I guess now BKB on puck, so
Radiant's bottom tower is under
no
attack.
throws. You just wanna play it safe here.
Ofrenda, right outside the tier 3 tower. That's how you know they mean serious business. Starting to blast away. This tower melts quick to the Gunslinger. Question is whether Spiky Gaming actually want to contest. There's still 3.5 minutes on that Aegis.
There's something really satisfying about Muerta hitting things.
Yeah, makes me want to play Muerta every time I see that hero.
It does, but it's also like when you play, you just kind of farm the whole game and then pew pew pew, and that's your gameplay, you know?
Yeah, it's not actually that fun, but it is satisfying to auto-attack. Hook shot, miss. A little bit of a guess, thanks to that ward on the low ground that they had, but unfortunately a bit off the mark there. Might have just been a blessing in disguise because I think the entirety of Spiky Gaming were ready for that.
Spiky Gaming had a little signs of life, but again, back to base. A little bit of an item check. Oh, hold on, we might see an initiation here.
Gonna try to go on to Poyoyo and get that kill. Again, that is the Storm BKB being used. So now that you don't have it for the fight, still going to try and contest. Looks like Titan, they will respect that though and just back up back to safety. The Muerta doesn't want to try it without that second life.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for him to hit. He needs his team to start the fight probably.
Break of Dawn Innate coming into play here, giving Spiky Gaming complete awareness of where the Titan heroes are positioned. This is kind of hard to play. The map's just going to get smaller and smaller. Echoes with that gem starting to clear out all the vision remaining on the map. What's the play here for Spiky Gaming? Do you just kind of wait high ground until they come?
I think you wait high ground. They don't have enough items to take a fight outside the base now, especially if like your supports get out of position. Which is very easy, right? When you run into opponents, you run into heals. Lion has to go first, he has to find the jump. Titan realizing this as well will not give them the opportunity.
So what, we just gonna wait around a little bit. 18k gold lead, you're still not confident to go high ground. I mean, I understand it, but still.
Have you watched Dota recently?
Yeah, that's true.
JT,
JT, I mean, if they can just do that, it's not gonna be a problem. Easy RP, easy kill onto Ukiyo. That's your carry and your position 4 and your pos 3 down. Easy shots here. That's what I'm saying. You know, a YSR doesn't have to do jack. You got JT, you got Echoes setting it up for free. They buy back on the Lion here, so it's only 3v5. But they've already used most of the ultimates. Puck is gonna clean up the first lane of Rags. They can move towards the second.
YSR doesn't want to hit the tower. He knows that he's the target. If they go on anyone else, he does have a very high ability to turn things around.
Still has the BKB. As the Hex out, he is in fact the target, but should be able to turn around and pop the BKB. Can he get out of this situation though? Still being hunted down. Ukiyo with the buyback will find him. Get the godlike streak, and maybe that's why he was so hesitant. Still, Echoes on the back line. Can't do enough damage to kill the puck. No, just life draining through it. The puck blinks back out. Not sure where he's gone to. Maybe in the bot side. No, closer to the base. Able to TP out. But that actually ended up being a pretty solid defense. It does cost Spiky Gaming though.
Anything to drag out the game, I think, at this point. Your cores aren't dying. I think it's not too bad. Yukio does buyback, but time is like what they need, right? Everything else is, well, just them holding on to their life. Gets the Mura kill, pretty big. Spiky, not in a good spot. MKB on Murta, so important as well. Radiance, Solar Guardian, everything, it feels.
That's kind of the issue with Muerta position 1, right? It just always feels like you need 1 or 2 more items. You're only really ever comfortable once you reach that insane late game where you're just 3-shotting, 4-shotting people. But until that point, as we saw from YSR, understandable. You know, I was saying, just push high ground, but I get it, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm like kind of surprised that they still managed to pull it off. I didn't think they would have enough damage, but yeah, no inbuilt save on the Titan side means that they can just do that and get away with it.
This was what it was, right? We only see Lion against Magnus, usually see Rubik, but JT, he knows, he just pops BKB when he RPs, and what's the counterplay here? I mean, on paper it's Solar Guardian, right? But at this stage of the game, when he has MKB, I feel like you're better off selling your Aghanim's, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
They need to be the ones to jump. I think that's the win condition for Spiky. Not easy, might not have enough damage, but they need to get to a point where they can jump first and get a kill.
Yeah, that's fair. I see what you mean, although it's a bit tough given that the only person who can realistically jump is this Storm. If K-Class is the one to blink forward, he's dead on my screen.
He dies
I just
for
have
sure,
to
I
though.
think.
Yeah, he just has to, right?
The solo Lion.
The mandatory sacrifice for every fight that they take. It's just one lane of Rex now. It's not over just yet, although it is feeling like it's inching closer and closer. It was a pretty solid defense, but I can't imagine that, you know, they'll just kind of sit back and wait until the buybacks are up again. On the prowl now, Titan.
Smoke out.
JT waiting for an opportunity again. RP immediately, just straight with the BKB. Echoes, silencing the backline, and the Dawnbreaker is dead. They'll find the Pugna as well. Now on to the high ground. The rest of Spiky are not in position, but the two heroes that they managed to pick off both have buyback. There's a chance here. Buyback on the Pugna. You can already see YSR thinking about whether he can afford to continue. Jump forward, Solar Guardian in, trying to burst down the Muerta, and they should be able to get the kill. They find YSR. Solar Guardian jumps in, but immediate buyback. The Muerta's back in the fray, back to the Ofrenda, starting to blast away. Lifestealer Aghanim is disarming her for now though. She can't actually survive. SSS in trouble, still surviving thanks to the Pugna heal, and the second RP in from JT. That's the refresher reveal, and that should be enough. Mowing down Ukiyo, and YSR stands tall. A little bit of hairiness on that buyback, but JT delivers again and again. Double kill, and the GG is called. Game 1 is over. Spiky Gaming, it was a valiant attempt, but they tap out. A bit too solid on that Magnus.
Yeah, his refresher was coming in. They knew. They were waiting for it. Buyback on Muerta. All calculated. It was like, they only can kill me once, right? They use their full set of spells. Lifestealer Aghanims. It's just hard to take long fights. Especially
That they've cooked up is one that is going to work. If not, we're going to have to bid them goodbye.
honestly, from Spiky, I feel like they have a very, like,
Prepare
if we
for
press
battle.
our spells, we can win the team fight kind of draft.
Yeah,
Do you
for
agree
sure.
with that? If we get an RP on 2, we doom one hero,
Yeah, for sure.
team
I
fight
mean,
just over.
kind of same thing for... Not the same thing for Titan, you reckon?
I think similar. I guess the whole idea is that, well, if Night Stalker does try to run into us, we can just make it daytime. It's like a protection, a source of protection.
Yeah, but then, so here's my issue, right? Let me paint you a little picture, Adam. Titan come out of the lane swinging because their lanes are obscenely better, right? They start to be aggressive. They run around with JT. It's nighttime. Oh, look, Phoenix with the egg. Oh no, it's daytime. And then Titan just, you know, walk away.
I can see that, but that's where Storm comes in, right?
That's where Storm comes in to lock down like one person.
And then Magnus locks down the second person, and
with like a blink that he doesn't have because his lane went to shit.
yeah, but he gets to skewer in an RP because they have global silence.
Okay. I was missing that. Okay, maybe we got something cooking here. We'll see whether it ends up being that way. Again, last chance here for Spiky Gaming, so hopefully they've got something good. It's going to likely just be an even rune trade, 2 for 2, nothing crazy. So both teams started smoked up, but couldn't really find each other.
The playing Bristle against Silencer in lane is so annoying, especially mid game, because the curse is on you, right? But you want to keep spraying. JT creep block. Okay, I want to talk about the lanes a bit. So Silencer and Phoenix are especially Silencer, he has these glaives of wisdom. He really wants to hit heroes, but because of the Night Stalker, his vision is gonna be very lacking, so he can't really like abuse the tree line as much as he would like to.
Yeah. Silencer's a good hero for trading in that sort of one-to-one situation, but Hoodwink also quite notable for that. Just able to have an early Blightstone, use the tree bounce trick shot, just get a lot of physical damage. It's gonna be a war of attrition up here in this top lane.
I'm trying to find the second ward for Radiant. Do you see it? For Dire, sorry. I only see one. Am I blind?
Let me have a little look, see.
It's none in the mid lane, right?
Oh, well, it's still in the inventory of the Silencer, is what you're missing.
Okay. Alright, so Storm has no lane ward. And I think nighttime mid without heal ward it does affect the lane quite significantly.
Oh, first blood in the bot lane, ZZQ able to finish the job onto the Phoenix. Again, I feel like all of these games that we watched so far, it's the level 2 timings that have been lethal and taken advantage of.
Yeah, it's just side lanes in general. L2, 1 kill, and then everyone.
Oh, it's not even level 2.
FK.
They
the
just
least
ran it down
L2.
with the...
Just
Lich
kill
just
spray and
hits
Nova.
level 2. Skewer onto ZZQ. That's level 2 of SS now. I mean, Fire Spirit's very, very strong in this lane. Nice Fairy Fire, has to commit the dive just to finish off that kill. But now, without any escape, is YSR actually going to try for this?
No way. Not with level 1 kills. Alright, back to the Bing chilling lane. Yeah, I was talking about mid. So Storm has no uphill vision because nighttime and no lane ward. I've seen this affect lanes before, but it's like the butterfly effect doing pretty well so far.
Under attack.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a repeat of the previous game's matchup, right? Ukiyo in the top lane, just gonna get run down. That Night Rain coming into play, just allowing JT so much move speed and additional attack speed. Punch down that poor Doom.
Maybe I'm just noob. My time doesn't matter. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I felt like my lane was so hard when it became nighttime.
I mean, Butterfly Effect is having an okay time. I wouldn't say it's anything amazing. It's pretty even the previous game as well. We're just calling for support to come refill the bottle soon, but no one's really dying yet. Kinda uncomfortable, really. The Silencer can't actually stop them from running the Doom down like that. It's just all about Ukiyo's own positioning. Butterfly Effect dropping really low in this mid lane could just end up dropping if there's a nice glyph. Echoes posturing aggressively. You're gonna try for something, you know. But yeah, maybe a bit too deep.
How's my brother Doom doing up here? Any interesting creeps?
I mean, you think he's just gonna go for that regular Doom build-up of like maybe the face boots drums into Midas or something like that, or is there a specific build for this carry Doom?
I mean, you either go drums or Midas, right? It's A or B. I don't think there's like a
Any
a
other
third
options?
variation
Third
of that. Yeah.
You fancy it now?
Not much of an SNY game, I will say, so not sure if the drums, what do you go? Drums, Blink. I think you still need Blink. Shivas, maybe? Or we might just see
You're like-
some Alpha Wolf Doom with SNY AC.
Oh, yeah, you could. We have been seeing some SNY emerge on some of these off-lane, usually, heroes. Rune control, the priority for the puck here, calling both supports down. Just to make sure you're securing that.
Decided to ditch his Doom. It's like, okay, your Doom, you can solo. And it's heading to the bottom lane.
Did not have to littering rod.
Ramdraw, he's going back to his own safe lane.
Oh, running over now
Daytime's
for the
Doom.
Silencer. Slow down.
It's a
Doesn't need
Fairy
to use the
Fire.
void just yet. Turn around with the Fairy Fire. They're trying to get a return kill at least on the 7E.
Doesn't
It should be
lower
able
it.
to run down the Hoodwink. I think that's pretty nice altogether.
Nice for Yukio. Some more net worth. Any influx of gold and a 50-50 laning stage just kind of favors Doom most of the time.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
also gonna turn daytime like really soon, so it's gonna be much easier. I wouldn't be too surprised if you see 7E make his way to bot lane instead of going back to top. Don't exactly want to play with your day stalker, but he will TB top.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I mean, your Blightstone will help this Bristleback really start putting some serious damage.
Phoenix
into the
also
as well.
2 armor only.
Yeah.
Seems Team Titan come in ahead of the laning phase very slightly, but not too far behind our Spiky Gaming.
Yeah, now that we're in the walking phase, unfortunately, JT is not gonna get much action up here in the top lane. So it's interesting to see that K-Class has actually, you know, made the rotation up here to try and find something. I don't really know whether that's gonna happen.
The creep wave is in a very unfortunate
are
position
scanning.
right now. He will head over to the top rune. Hope Silencer and Magnus
is
are
under
here.
attack.
Well, a little bit of a wrong guess.
Oh, the Storm
AD
go for
rune,
this.
butterfly effect.
There's
Let's
a
go for
coil.
it. Zip in, steal away, and up to the high ground. Nice little heist there from Butterfly Effect, but leaves him with no mana to really get anything done. Heard a skewer, gonna pull 70 under the tower, but there was already a creep wave there to tank. And he will get that D-ward down, so... Trying to take advantage of the catapult here is Echoes, but both supports have rotated to clear this out.
We'll
Make sure
see,
there's no additional pressure.
see if Storm chooses to do anything with this. Nope. Didn't even go back to base, just back to farm. I like to see some stacks being made here for the Storm. Yeah,
Speaking of
kinda.
stacks, they should be preparing some for the Bristleback, right? I see the Hoodwink in the triangle.
Yeah, they are
have
already double on both sides.
Damn, okay. You kind
Wow.
of want some for the
Are
for the
scanning.
Magnus as well, right? Just because you can give that empower to the Doom and suddenly he can actually start farming these stacks with Scorched Earth.
Dire's
Ancients
middle tower
or
is under
neutrals?
attack.
I mean, just in general.
I guess so, but I guess Silencer wants to stack the top side, right? I think that's like the more likely scenario. It's so hard to stack as a melee post for in the bot
Yeah,
side.
fair. You can
Cool.
also just stack it for your Storm, right? Just a regular.
Yeah, I
Going
think
for
helping Butterfly
swiftness or-
Effect go for get a faster Orchid timing. Not sure what he has queued up this game. Only power trade so far. Might see an Orchid. I feel like if anything. Oh, it's just no way you go Orchid this time, right? You have Golo Silence. Maybe he
You
just doesn't
could,
buy
I mean, you
Orchid.
could just silence and then, you know, it kind of allows the silencer's last word to do damage passively as well. It's not too bad.
And when we see our first big move. I guess for Spiky, they are waiting on ults. Meanwhile, for Titan, Night Stalker has his ult. Yukio is a bit more safe up here. ZZQ making the rotation too, so kind of collapsing top side. VS Orchid queued up.
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom
regen
tower
rune.
is under
I think
attack.
the one big learning of the previous game is if you want to be the one making action happen so that your other calls can farm, it is the Orchid build up, right? It's just so
Dire's
good
top
into the
tower
path.
is under attack.
That kind of feels like what they were missing in some few key moments. Even though it is the walking phase, JT punching away on this tower because he has that Dark Ascension available. Spiky Gaming don't want to let this go down without a fight though. They are rotating over in spades.
The thing about not having Orchid on pump is you can't go to him, and if you don't go on him, he kind of just calls you, right?
Yep,
That's the
that's the problem.
JT is the one with the Midas.
Yeah, this is kind of... I like this item build. Like, he's had another splendid game. It's the same thing as his Magnus. He's not really been contested at all. Top of the net worth of all the cores right now.
That's for me.
Yeah, it's good reads, good laning phase, few kills here and there, and just very stable gameplay, I want to say.
Yeah. The Midas makes a lot of sense as well for a hero that needs EXP so badly, right? The faster you can get to that level 2 Dark Ascension, higher levels in the Void and the Cryptic Fear, it's all very, very meaningful. Get the Doom out onto the Night Stalker, the Lich here to assist, and a nice TP out, but no. Sinister Gaze not long enough to stop that skewer from coming through. They will cut down JT, take down the highest net worth hero, but you look at the rest of the net worth, I mean, everybody else is just kind of swelling up as well on the side of Titan. Spiky Gaming haven't really been able to keep up that much.
Indeed, they have not. Just a very slow pressure. We'll see things pick up pace once YSR gets anywhere closer to his Aghanims. Probably rotate top, clear stack OTB bot lane. Up.
Trying to punish the
Radiant's
Phoenix here.
middle tower is under attack.
Already out of the way. Oh, these are some huge stacks. Oh boy. Gonna get their farm on. And the Phoenix is gone for the Spirit Vessel, which I think is quite a great item pickup into
Radiant
the
are scanning.
Bristleback naturally.
but you know, hasn't really found any action in this off lane so far. Just been very quiet for the bird.
Not much to do, right? Bristol just pushes the wave, you farm. Both teams happy. Waiting for a team fight to happen. Dude, these stacks look so juicy.
Gonna try and
try
come in
SS.
test with the egg. SS spots
Oh,
himself,
nice
pulls him to
case.
silence. That is not good. Skewer
Sure.
them away, save the bird, get the egg off. He can't. Getting chopped down before the fact. The RP will punish JT and they get the lingering support though.
The stacks,
It's not
butterfly
too bad,
effect,
yeah,
no,
it's the
don't
stacks. You
chase.
need to go in. Don't get caught here. You can't afford
They
to
need
go
the
down.
storm.
Yeah, they need the storm, but he's completely dry on mana. I mean, the Doom, he's trying his best here, but he doesn't really have any way of clearing these. YSR is going to come in. So even though they do get the kills, they posthumously protect the stacks. Then YSR is now here to clear. Arcane Curse, trying to steal whatever they can, but it's mostly gone already. Magnus does snag some of the big creeps. I mean, as the dust settles, I guess, like you mentioned, any 50-50 somewhat even trade is always going to favor the Doom. They will pop the Dark Ascension and find the Magnus here lingering around. They want more though. Ukio has the hightail on out of there.
I feel like if Butterfly effect didn't try to be cute with the mid zip, he had like 2 remnants and they probably could have got a stack. I think that would have been really huge for them.
Tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
he's kind of getting a little bit distracted. I think he lost the plot a bit. They, you know, they got the kills and then he just forgot why they were even there to begin with. Tower grab for Titan now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not too painful. It's just a could have been better moment.
Yeah,
But Titan will continue to grow their lead. Bristol takes the stacks.
Imagine how differently that fight would have looked if the Phoenix managed to get the egg off instead of being the first one on the front lines to tank like the silence of the gaze, man.
Yeah,
That
it
was rough.
So close to living, so close.
It's just tough because I feel like in the Spiky Gaming sort of showings that we've seen so far, it's been SS who's been quite a standout player, but I feel like in the game 1 and now on this Phoenix, it's not really, the performance hasn't really been replicated, at least for me.
I feel like my idea of Phoenix Core is like you get Vessel and you kind of just want to keep fighting, right? With Fire
Yeah, you go
Spirit.
aggro, right? Like you just start
Yeah.
diving at them, like,
I feel like he's playing a farming offlane right now.
it's strange. I mean, if you wanted to farm, maybe you could have also gotten, you know, a Midas or early Veil, something that could amplify it. The Spirit Vessel is such a focused fighting item that
Yeah, I feel like let K-Class farm his blink. You know, give him a lane. Just kind of play around that. I feel like all these Phoenix games we've seen, they don't look comfortable on the hero, you know? There's no like, oh, let's go
Smoke move
battle.
up through the twin gates. Ukio, the one under threat, the TP in should alert him to some shenanigans afoot.
so
He's
fast.
trying to hightail out of there with the drums and the face boots. He outruns the Night Stalker at night. Seriously. He's gone, and just like that, that move that looked a bit scary, you got Speed Aura, you got Face Boots, you got Faded Brooch. Damn, he's gone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Probably didn't expect that on Echoes. He's like, oh, he's dead, we got Doom. But nope, Doom will walk away. That's why we see this build like so commonly.
Yeah.
Counter smoke.
Speed Aura's kind of nice into this Bristleback.
It is. It's such a good creep.
He's gonna go back for the Midas as well, just to make sure that he scales up, smoke up. Now counter, Spiky Gaming ready to try and find a fight. They know that Dark Ascension, I mean, it's up now, but
Radiant are scanning.
maybe they got the timing a little bit off. I'm just trying to play on the fact that their ults are all done. And this is obvious though, I mean, the creep wave is very obviously being cleared by the Phoenix, who is smoked somewhere, so they'll ping it out, hide behind their towers, and unfortunately nothing to be found with Spiky Gaming. Just kind of farm around the area.
Setting up no dagger yet though.
Does he
150
think-
gold away.
Is it just one of those, you know, like you mentioned, global silence and skewer in type situations? Because still is pretty awkward. The distance you have to cover is far too great.
I think they just feel strong and want to use their spells, which I kind of agree with. I just would prefer if he was not part of this squad.
Yeah, just farm, right? Like, what are you gonna do in this situation?
Skewer TP and skewer. Skewer global silence. He is useful, like don't get me wrong, he's definitely useful, Shockwave. Just a little bit of damage here and there.
Tower is under attack.
It's also just let's hit tower together faster kind of thing. He will have the dagger after it, so we might just see them continue to try and find moves here, but Titan's just
Radiant's
dodging.
middle tower has fallen.
Why
that's
should
fair.
we fight into global? You have no tower pressure. You have Doom and Storm and Phoenix.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, realistically speaking, the only tower pressure that you have on the Radiant side is the Bristleback as well. None of the other heroes really like punching into these buildings.
I wonder if SS will just reconsider his item choice and go Midas. I feel like
You know,
he
every time
should.
you say SS, I think
SS.
that you're talking
Storm
about the
Spirit?
Storm Spirit.
No way you
And,
call
like-
Storm Spirit SS.
No, it's just
Do you
it's just
actually?
like I don't say it out loud, but it's kind of registered in my head that way.
That's fair. I remember in Dota 1 it'd be like SS missing.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, ooh, Shaman or Storm, and then you'll be dead because you get hexed and shackled.
In Dota 1 Shaman was called Rasta.
Through Global Silence, there's the Blink reveal onto the Doom. I mean, basically 2 ultimates used just to take off this park.
Global
It's
2,
worth
right?
it for them. Oh, 3 ultimates, yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay, worth. I mean, Puck died and you're not gonna lose anything. You're just like, hey guys, let's talk about our spells next time you learn. It's not a punishing mistake, at least not yet. We'll see if Titan choose to make any plays with this. Ada's completed for Huing 2 now, so easy catch, I said,
blink
but
away.
not so easy. Oh, they are deep.
Oh, they can jump in for the back line here. Nice silence out. On top of that, Orchid, the last one,
there's
doing
a
a lot of
Spirit
damage.
Vessel.
This is an uncomfortable position for the Bristleback. Arcane cursed up, and the rest of the chase coming through, speeding up. And the skewer back into the sun. You're not getting out of this one. K-Class able to parry fire up. They turn it back to daytime, which means JT can't get the chase on. It's just the Puck, him, and the Lich. And the rest of Spiky Gaming able to retreat. A nice series of events there for the Dire side.
Yeah, baited by the 3 ultimates we used. That's honestly just a little bit of an overextension
Dire's
and a
middle
very nice
tower has fallen.
recognition by Spiky Gaming. They take the
Yeah, I think they
punish.
just didn't expect Spiky Gaming to still be around after using those 3 ults, right? But it's very clear that was part of the plan.
Curious to see how useful this Night Stalker is going to be.
Radiant
I feel like JT's been having a good game, top of networks for his team, but there's no like real Night Stalker
Trans-
moment yet, you know?
Yeah, he hasn't been able to translate that, and I think part of it is just because of the awkwardness. Like that fight with the Phoenix egg, suddenly it's daytime, so it's not like you can run in and start doing damage. It's not been a very connected attempt from Titan so far. I think in the previous
Spiky.
game, no, what's going on here?
RP in 2 seconds. We're kind of looking for echoes.
Okay, well, I mean, Spiky kind of fortuitously dodging a smoke that went up towards the top lane. Unfortunately, nobody is there.
We'll
yeah.
see Puck go for the Yules like we talked about. Of course, it's not ideal, but he does need it to play the game.
Yeah, fair. This is looking a lot better for Spiky. I mean, naturally, because they're in the lead now, but also it just feels like they're clearer on the plan. The Phoenix goes through the... Oh, that was the Doom! Uh-oh.
They might
Okay,
still
well,
want to fight here.
seems that way. Found 70 in the tree line, instant silence up, but you eat the Athos while you're at it. Global silence popped. This Hoodwink's gonna go down. Who else can you find? That's the question. Skewer off the mark. And that's gonna be YSR thinking about going in, eats a Spirit Vessel, thinks twice. The Puck is in the mid lane, and the Night Stalker's a bit too far away for them to want to continue this chase.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not really an even trade, lose the Doom, Global Silence use, favoring Titan slightly. But again, Titan just seem content to farm. Like, okay, we got the late game, Puck Night Stalker. One fight where we have items and we can actually kill Phoenix. I think that's when we'll see like JT really shine. But I think it's quite heads up from them to not fight right now. I think fighting now is difficult, right? Like you fight into Silencer early game, it's always tough. Core Phoenix as well.
True. I mean, are we worried at all? Because the Silencer has a Midas for himself. He's gonna start scaling up in terms of levels and perhaps get himself towards an Aghanims or Refresher.
I honestly don't mind. Phoenix went for Midas too. I feel like they're kind of doing the right thing. There are heroes that sounds so weird to say. A triple Midas is correct, but that's their heroes, right? Like they don't farm very well. They also need to scale, and I think all of their heroes need to scale over there.
Catch onto the storm, forcing the egg out, denying the nighttime, but comes a bit too late. RP onto a solo Lich. That's the only person they'll get in response. And now the Phoenix is in trouble, just gonna get chased down. Will just submit his life. That was a very awkward bit of counterplay there. Spiky Gaming just kind of not really connecting on all their fronts. End up losing the storm on the front line.
Nice use from Echoes. I think he was trying to get rid of the silence, but dodges the RP as well.
Dire are
If he got the
scanning.
puck there, maybe it would have been a little different.
Yeah. I mean, if he
Radiant's
got the
bottom
RP and
tower
skewered
is
the puck,
under
the
attack.
puck was dead for sure there. They had more than enough damage. It's just a matter of actually getting your hands on him. Speaking of getting your hands, I mean, it's still nighttime. A newsflash, you're a silencer with a Midas. No Force Staff, no Glimmer, ends up going down. A bit of sloppy play from the supports of Spiky Gaming, thinking they could show like that. Oh, heard of Doom coming out though. Is it the puck that they found? No, it's even better. YSR in big trouble. The Bristleback, he's not healing out of this one. JT will try and come forward to threaten the storm, but Butterfly Effect, not scared of a thing, knows that nothing can stop him. And now burning away onto the footwing. JT will interrupt it for now, but now turning around, Crippling Fear echoes back in the fray. Ukiyo dropping low to the coil. Oh, the Lich is back in the fray. I mean, Butterfly Effect, he doesn't really have a lot of mana to work with, and it's honestly miraculous that SS might just be able to walk this one off. No. Chased down by the puck. Bit of messy fighting back and forth here between both teams, but I can't help but feel like this kind of favors Spiky Gaming. I mean, they have 3 Midases going, and they're still kind of winning fights. All of these kills in Global Silence are basically more brain drain stacks for the Silencer. That's good, right?
Any scaling is good. Any INT is good. Everything. I think the game is okay. It's still playable, right? I feel like the scary thing for me is if Titan gets Aegis, because they have a lot of big spells on Spiky. Oh no.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Chaos and shoot.
Yeah, one thing about their lineup is that they don't really do the Tormentor so good.
Need
So they
more
don't even get
INT.
the... Yeah, they don't even get the shot, they just need to back up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think once Puck or Bristle has Aegis, and like you said, they can't do Tormentor, right? Can they do Roche? I think it's a little slow for Spiky. Or it's more like 30 minutes onwards maybe, but right now it looks kinda ass. But else for YSR, Bristleback, a lot of minus armor. Do they do Roche? And how do you find the Aegis with 4 big spells?
That is a very good question that Spiky Gaming will have to come up with an answer to.
Free Aegis here. We do see Doom going for the SNY.
Yeah,
Not
a bit more of a
sure.
carry-oriented build.
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to, right? Even though it's not like some super good status with this game. Just play
It's
around.
just a
this
good item for
move
the
speed.
hero, I think.
Dire's top
Uh-oh,
tower is under
Kyo caught out on some wards. Will get spotted by Echoes, but just solo puck down here. Not gonna try and risk it. The rest of the team showing on the wave, on the tower. They'll just clean this up. Standard Aegis procedures, right? Like just rock up around the map, get these tier 2 towers, try and find
Radiant's
pickoffs
bottom
on,
tower is under
you know,
attack.
left behind heroes.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I
under
guess it's
attack.
a little bit of farm city, but GT says no, he's tipping in.
Radiant's top tower is under
Want to try and contest, but they have some sort of an idea that this is happening. Ukiyo on the front line, so force pop the BKB, puts the Doom out onto JT. Night Stalker in some trouble, but the Phoenix needs to be able to get that egg off. Silent stop, and no! The egg manages to get off, and there's the RP covering it for now. They still should be able to finish it off, but no! The skewer away K-Class, the big hero of this fight. Where's the Storm Spirit? He's still in the middle of 3 enemy heroes. Silent stop, held down by the Bushwhack. He's not able to zip out. It ends up being okay just because they're able to mow down Butterfly Effect before he's able to do any damage to them. Oh, that looks so bad to start. They wasted so many resources on the Phoenix that ended up getting out, but still, they're able to survive and persist.
I feel like if Phoenix egged immediately, JT might have just died like straight off the bat because he got Doom then Infernal Blader, right? So
Yeah.
he just managed to walk away with the flying. But able to start the fight for his team. They do kill the Storm, which is nice. Favorable fight, don't lose Aegis too.
I just kind of feel like Spiky Gaming in a very weird way just don't have enough damage for these heroes right now.
They can get to that point though. I think it's kind of weird, but they definitely can get to a point where they do damage. It's just gonna take a while.
Yeah,
Especially on
just not
Yukio, right? Like we see some like Silver Edge and whatever later. Has the drums queued up again? I didn't realize he stole his drums. Going back for the drums, AC, we might see like Silver Edge and stuff later on too. There's also this like Doom applies break facet, right? Sorry, talent later on.
Yeah.
I know it's a long way away and kind of weird to play for level 25, but it's just what the game calls for, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, they're in it for the long haul, right? 3 Midases, I think this is fine for you as long as the game doesn't end in the next 20 minutes. Your investments will have paid off. Storm Spirit, his game definitely has been impacted a little bit by the lack of action after Orchid. He still should be fine. Like you mentioned, this team is looking to scale up eventually. The question is whether Titan are gonna give that time.
It's kind of hard to force fights, right? Because JT didn't go for a blink on the Night Stalker, so not really able to blink into anyone. Obviously, Echoes is scaling really well, and I don't think Titan feel like they are in a rush here. I feel like it's like, oh, Puck late game, I'm good. Night Stalker late game, I'm good. Bristle as well. That's the SNY now, so I have an anti-Doom.
That's fair. Looks like they have their eyes towards the bot lane. See King's coming out, the Bristleback. Just wants to take this power down, knows that the Storm can't do anything other than clear the way. Really, yeah. I mean, you look past the Bristleback to scare him off. Get out of here! Really good position for Titan in this game right now. You gotta wonder at what point Spiky are gonna feel a bit more comfortable. I mean, are they just kind of waiting out this Aegis and then they'll feel comfortable to fight, or you think they need to sort of find a specific opportunity?
I like the idea of wrapping around. I feel like if they start a fight, and Aegis is ending too, right? Just Doom. Hopefully not Bristle. I feel like Puck and Night Stalker are both like really big targets. You kite the Bristle, he doesn't exactly kill heroes too fast. We'll get out though.
Still daytime, the scan does connect. Nice foresight there from Titan to understand that a move might be coming. But the Storm, looking for a target, has found JT in big trouble. Dive forward, instant egg. No hope of nighttime now. And JT, even under the cover of Glimmercade, will go down. They found 7E as well, and the Chain Frost is all that can be thrown out as a response. That's what you need on Spiky Gaming.
Just the initiation. See the Orchid coming out. JT has no BKB. Spiky looking good right now.
I mean, that's just how they need to start the fight, right? They need to be the ones aggressing. They can't allow JT to just have free reign and have nighttime going on. The Phoenix, it really is just a battle of Supernova versus Dark Ascension at this point.
I'm sure JT knows better than me, but I hate his item. I hate him not having like Blink BKB. I feel like they are able to fight, but I guess their idea of the game, based on how they play, they just want scale, right? But
yeah.
What if Spiky comes to you? You know? I feel like his ability to fight is kind of Pepega right now, Basher, and maybe his idea is he wants to hit the egg.
Yeah, that's fair.
AC later, SNY.
I mean, I think what's a bit weirder for me is the fact that, you know, you look at the side of Spiky Gaming and you're like, okay, they're gonna scale up. We're gonna scale up as well, but, you know, like, you're just not gonna do anything for, like, I feel like the late game, your heroes are fine, but their heroes are kind of insane as well. The fact that the Mag can kind of has like 2 or 3 more items ahead of him that he can get into. Maybe they just think that, you know, the lack of a physical damage dealer or sort of more of a traditional carry is going to end up hampering Spiky in the long run.
Possibly, but if you think about it, like, who hits egg late game? Puck, Bristle, like these heroes don't hit egg too well, right?
Yeah, it's just uncomfortable to stand there and hit the egg as well, because then everybody else is punching into you.
Yeah, it's also an RP protecting it. SS also has... Phoenix has also completed his Shiva's guard, so
Yeah.
That's bad news for Night Stalker and Bristle. More reduced heal vision in nighttime, you know, when you fly in.
Yeah.
Their draft
I mean,
looks...
he's looking at the BKB now, so once he completes that, the fights get astronomically harder, it feels like. Because you can't just burst this Phoenix down with the silence, you don't actually have anything that pierces BKB other than stun from the Skull Basher.
Oh, he might be in
Or
trouble
Phoenix
here,
on the front
though.
line, so dive away, still gets Atos start. You still want to chase this. Pops that Shivas for some vision, Night Stalker ulti comes
Pops
in,
the
global
global
silence used though. A bit preemptive. They still will
Did
try and
say?
chase down this Phoenix, forced to pop the egg though. And now on the high ground,
Oh,
JT, no
no.
BKB, he is in big trouble. This is what you were talking about, disliking the item build, and they look to be chasing for more. Ukiyo didn't end up
Still
using
Doom.
that Doom, will throw it out onto YSR. And a nice chain frost, silencing up on the Storm, and Butterfly Effect does go down. Doesn't have a buyback to rejoin the rest of his team, and you're still holding on to the RP. You claim the gem,
looking.
trying to retreat now. YSR now on the chase. Doom has ended, and the silencer is down. They'll find the Phoenix as well. Gem on the deck. The pings come out, Echoes will just reclaim it. No
K-Class?
good opportunity for K-Class to get an RP, and they lose 3 members of Spiky.
Butterfly Effect getting coiled there was kind of painful. Nice bounces on the Chain Frost too. Kind of an unfortunate fight. Okio still had Doom, but the Doom on Bristle just isn't enough. I don't know if this hero cares if you Doom him.
I mean, I think he cares if you Doom him if there's actually any follow-up, right? It just felt like they doomed him, he walked away, and then the Storm was so busy dying that it didn't even matter.
Yeah, there was no... Yeah, I think you're right. I feel like dooming anyone else is better than the Bristle. Literally anyone. Leech, following, but nice thought. It was already dead.
Just need to come back together on the side of Spiky Gaming. We've seen these 5v5 team fights before that they've taken pretty solid stuff all together when the ultimates chain up nicely. Feels like they can stand a pretty good chance, but for now, it's still very much in Titan's control, continuing to rampage around the map.
Has been killed.
How long till Rosh? Rosh is up. Okay, so again, this Bristle egg is... How is Spiky Gaming gonna address this second Roshan?
Oh, we'll have to try and find out. But I imagine it's something to do with hoping that they just all group up in the pit. You dive in, big fat Shiva's guard, egg in the golden spot, if you know what I'm saying, and then you have an RP to cover, catch the supports.
And YSR feeling pretty unkillable, super high level 22 at 32 minutes, has the Bloodstone complete. Thank you, Observer.
Here's the smoke out. First part of the dream sequence has already started. There's quite a few members in the pit. It's just Echoes away from the team. Joins them on the tier 1. The Lich ready to break the smoke though. And you need some sort of wraparound. I mean, the Lich is just gonna run up, break it, blink out of trouble. Atos onto the Storm. This is troublesome. Your Doom is dying solo to the Chain Frost. Has to pop the BKB. And you found on the backline the support. Sure, you've got them both. But does it really matter? Aegis has been gotten. Echoes, even Dream calls both. The egg in the middle. Saving Butterfly
Oh, the
Effect
Orchid.
from any rampant aggression. And YSR just can't chase further. It's not too bad, all things considered. Spiky pick up a few value targets, and now they're looking at JT. Zip forward, looking at the Night Stalker. Again, no BKB, but blinking onto the low ground, not able to find the catch. Crippling Fear going to run out, but Butterfly Effect dry on mana. Not going to be able to continue that chase.
Radiant's top tower
What a
has
beautiful
fallen.
fight from Spiky Gaming there.
Radiant's courier
YSR
has been
still has the Aegis, so not too bad. Don't lose too many objectives. Just one tower, a few deaths. See, they want to continue here. Definitely not on the Bristleback though. A little bit of color.
Classic, you know, can't be Chinese Dota without some color.
AC almost done for JT. I don't think this is gonna change much until he gets like 2 or 3 more items, but
I mean, now he's queuing up the BKB and blink.
he'll get there. That's what's important, right? If you have money, you can buy random stuff.
True, true. Boy, does he have money. 17k net worth.
For the dead.
Couple of bounty runes to add to that tally. Spiky Gaming, I mean, we saw the team fight in action. I do think they still have a pretty good chance at this game. They just kind of need to play ignore and kite the Bristleback and kill the rest of his teammates. It's definitely possible.
Spiky Gaming, how do you find this success formula? Seems like initiation onto anyone, any supports or JT, just the easy kills has been working out really well, but how do you replicate it right now?
I mean, the one upside is that, you know, to sort of go up to the high ground, YSR has to expose himself a little bit, and that could open up the path for some sort of wraparound or maybe even a skewer back play. Just put the Bristle back in an awkward position, the rest of the team scrambles to try and help him, and then that's where you strike.
Radiant are scanning.
But Titan refusing to go high ground. It's respecting this skewer, storm, everything. Also, JT is definitely not ready, right? Long ways to go.
Zip forward? What are we looking for here? Lich on the back line, found the support. The Shivas will chase him down. Hang on. Put him on the high ground. K-Class is up there as well. Now, you do have a buyback on the Magnus. Global Silence trying to protect the egg, but the Bristle, like you said, can't protect it. And the Doom on the puck, they found Echoes. This is actually an amazing fight. The buyback on K-Class means that there's an RP available, but now that it's nighttime, JT sees everything, and a TP out is necessary from the Silencer. Can the Doom get out? That's a question, trying to RP, but he's silenced up by the Crippling Fear. The buyback, it's not gonna pay off. Dieback on the Magnus, and your Doom out for 80. What looked to be pretty decent for Spiky Gaming. JT shuts the door on it real quick. They get the puck kill, but it doesn't end up mattering. They can't even take the Bristle back down once.
Man, the YSR is just so unkillable right now. Even with the Doom, I think they're like nowhere ready. Big kill onto Leech. Nice cliff by Magnus, but I think K-Class tried to do a bit too much there. Should just saved the RP and waited. Maybe they could have turned that fight still.
Big hats on this Bristle back. My goodness.
So like, is a big heads hero.
Just wobbling around. Just kind of leans a bit forward with his walk, right? The whole hat stack is precariously balanced on his head. Oh, is that a refresher on YSR? Okay. Found the Storm. Sinister get... Oh my goodness, he just blows up!
Goodbye.
And that's the gem.
Swipe
That
the Leech.
is... That severely dampens the potential for that Storm to just get these kills on the supports. And they both... I mean, they have Glimmer on one, and... I mean, 70 is pretty survivable himself. Uh-oh. Spiky Gaming starting to fall apart a little bit here. Coordination looked fine, but the second that teamfight doesn't go tit for tat according to plan, they seem a bit lost and confused. Global Silence, but Phoenix Core is just going to go down. Now you have a buyback, looking to punish, zip forward, doesn't find a target though, onto Echoes. The puck able to jaunt out, back to safety.
They're chasing.
Is on though, stun up,
So
and they
much
will
damage.
finish off Echoes surely.
Yeah, his blink's on cooldown.
They can't get out. So that's a buyback on a mid to kill off the opposing mid. They don't actually find anything other than that. I do think they pick back up the gem though, so that's at least something. Maybe a bit of map control that can be re-established.
11k net worth lead for Titan. I'm not sure if they can end the game, Jackie. He just refuses this BKB. Daedalus queued up.
Goodness, Jackie, please.
Radiant are scanning.
Come on, JT, you can do RP onto
RP,
YSR, Doom as well.
Doom, YSR, no more Aegis. They pop that Night Stalker ultimate to ward off any chase. Looks like that would just be enough. JT acting as a big bodyguard on the front lines. With his Abyssal Blade, forcing the egg out. Where's the additional follow-up? They pull Night Stalker back in. Again, no BKB. He's gonna get wrecked. But now the Storm in major trouble. Has to zip back out to safety. Full retreat now, as it is still nighttime, and YSR, the Doom has won out.
He has Refresher too, so double BKB, double Kill Spray, double Bloodstone.
Dire are scanning.
Bristle is monstrous. It's always this certain point in the game where you can't ignore Bristle, right? It's level 25.
Yeah.
So much
I mean,
damage.
it's been that point. It's just they've done a good job at focusing down the other targets, maybe dooming him and getting Echoes or Night Stalker. Okay. Tier 4 items coming in. Aesthetics cap for Butterfly Effect, very useful for the Storm. Another Aesthetics cap for this Bristleback, which means that that Doom is going to last quite a bit shorter.
It's the Doom counter.
They talked about the Doom counter. It's the aesthetics cat.
It's very real, my friend.
That's true.
Laugh.
I'm not laughing. It's the truth.
It's one of the
Kyo
more-
also with a refresher of his own. I wonder at what point you get the Aghanim's, or is that a grief, you reckon?
for Doom.
Yeah.
I don't like it because it's hard to stick onto the bristleback.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like he just walks out. So I'd rather see him just try to get something like a Silver Edge because I think he's the only one that can do it. Or I guess Swift Blink and 25, right? So maybe sell something, buy Midas, get levels because Doom applies break is a very real way to kill YSR here.
Yeah.
Radiant's
YSR
bottom
has
tower
only
is
died
under
3
attack.
times, and all 3 of those times is in the early game. He has basically been untouched for a very long time. 12k gold lead now. Again, another situation similar to game number 1, where even though it's a massed gold lead for the side of Titan, Spiky Gaming are still very much in this one.
This game definitely feels more even. 14k net worth still feels a little bit on a timer. Many times really strong now. They need, I guess, maybe some Lincoln spheres, but again, this Doom applies break is going to be huge. I also like to see K-Class just go for a refresher, honestly. No defensive items. I think the lack of lockdown has been a little apparent, and once this Doom comes out, you want to kill heroes, right? Like there's no turning back. There's no kiting the fights. Like we go battle now.
I mean, I think his problem has been, it seems like the RP opportunities have been few and far between. Even if his heroes are dying on the front lines, it doesn't necessarily mean that there are heroes on Titan grouped up for that ultimate. Smoke move out now onto the top lane. They have that nighttime advantage and the Dark Ascension should they choose to pop it, running into K-Class. That is a decent target. They see Doom, they see the Phoenix. Might just have to pop that egg immediately. Turn
Doom's
around
out
with
as
the
well.
Doom, but it's into the Aesthetics Cat. Can you find these heroes? The BKB popped on the Bristle. All you see is
find
JT right now, but can you get the chase onto him? Seems that way, holding him down for now. This Night Stalker in big trouble, able to get that shard eat off. But meanwhile, on the sidelines, they found the Phoenix and they found the Magnus. The kite away from JT manages to survive, and the Gleimnir holding these 2 heroes in place. This is trouble now. Not the way that Spiky Gaming wanted to go out, but JT, no BKB, no problem. Hides away to the side, baits them all in, and Spiky Gaming lose 4.
Goddamn
Oh,
loser, cast.
they lose 5. I mean, if the Science is gonna walk out like that, I mean, this game, I think it's over.
And SS, he popped the refresher on Phoenix, but just not expecting to die to Echoes. Doesn't pop the second egg, and JT just walks away. I feel like that was super greedy. I feel like they were so committed onto the Night Stalker. Just popping the egg would have ensured the kill, right? And then
Yeah.
you play the fight from there. Doom had a second Doom too.
And a lot of missed opportunities. Spiky Gaming are gonna be kicking themselves. I mean, there is something to be said about an easy 2-0 sweep, but I think Spiky Gaming, I will say, made Titan work for it. I'm sure they're not gonna